Why does the universe give me the gift of learning from my past, but not being anchored to the pain, disappointment, and the trauma from my past? Hey, good friends, welcome back. This is Earl with Real Relief Consulting. Hope y'all having a great day. We are just coming off of our holiday festivities. You know, we had my birthday, then we had Christmas, and then we had New Year's, and had my niece up from New York City, and then had my boys home from Georgia, and we're just kind of, my wife and I, getting back to our routine. So I haven't been doing my morning gratitudes as is my custom every morning, because I just been entertaining and just being full of spirit, full of family, and full of life. You know, got my 2003 focus points. I don't necessarily consider them goals. They're more objectives, because they were things that were on the whiteboard, prior to the new year. Maybe another conversation, we'll talk about the New Year resolutions and why that can be helpful, but more often than not, why that's not as helpful as it should be. But in this post, we are up to the letter U, and we're going to be talking about the ABCs of relationships. And I want to do a blast for the past. I want to talk about being undervalued, underappreciated, and how I felt when I was in that state of being, and how that limited me. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see what we can get done in this short period of time. So I saw this, to kind of give you a segue. I saw this amazing post that my wife brought my attention to. And it was funny, but it also hits the point of being underappreciated. Man and wife, okay? And the woman says to the husband, honey, there's an issue with the leaky bathroom sink. And husband snaps at her, I'm not a plumber. All right, next scene. The woman is, doing some cooking in the kitchen, and she says, hey, honey, when you get a moment, can you take a look at my car? There seems to be something going on. And husband snaps at the wife and says, I'm not a mechanic. Third scene. The wife again she's in another room, and she's getting things together. I'm not sure if she's fluffing up the couch or she's looking for something, but anyway, she says, honey, when you get a moment, can you take a look downstairs at the heat? It's cold. And he snaps at his wife again and says, I'm not an HAVC repair guy. Final scene. The husband comes home from work. Hey, honey, how you doing? And wife's in a good place. She says, yeah, doing good, honey. How was your day? He said, oh, my day was good. And she says, well, I had the neighbor come over and take a look at those things that were issues. And he got them fixed. Husband's like, okay, very dismissive. He says, well, okay, great. Well, what did he want? Well, she says, well, he says, you can either bake me a cake or you can sleep with me. And the husband says, okay, great. What kind of cake did you bake him? And the woman says, well, I'm not a baker. And immediately, I start laughing my behind off. I ended up seeing this post like 3 more times. What was the whole point of the post? The post, if you were to see it, you see this woman. She's working her behind off, trying to build a life with this man, try to create a home. And every time she needs a little help and she reaches out, he's unresponsive. Not only is he unresponsive, He's a little disrespectful because he's not even trying. And so often I felt disrespected when I was going through my dry season. When I was 300 pounds and I was trying to work a second job, go to school, and eventually become a teacher. Man, there was just certain times where my bosses or supervisors, man, they just seemed like they rubbed me the wrong way. And I felt bad. I felt underappreciated, undervalued. And it was a reflection as I look back, because the benefit of having some distance between an experience and between the resolution of the experience is you have a little bit of a wisdom, a little insight. And so what I learned is that when I was at my most miserable state, not only was I miserable at the workplace, I was miserable at home. And what I can tell you, now that I know better, is that I was attracting all of those non-desirables into my life based on my frequency. And we talked about this in earlier posts. The blessings of understanding frequency attunement. Frequency is your level of love in your aura, in your spirit. Some people call it the God force. When my frequency is at a 13, my love level, my God force, is at an amazingly high rate. All right? If we're at 7 and I'm at a 13, my love level is high. When I come into a room, people know it not by what I say, but what I don't say. It's my energy, it's my aura. It's my desire to connect. It's my desire to help. The one thing about the post that's the funniest is that the husband, and you got to see this post, guys, the husband wasn't even trying to be empathetic. So when your love level is the highest, your frequency is high. And when your frequency is high, you start to attract so many beneficial and positive and empowering and inspirational things. What's my point, folks? My encouragement is this. If you're feeling underappreciated, undervalued, it's not about just the other person. Some of it is, I want you to take some personal ownership. What is your love level? What are you putting out in the universe? Because generally speaking, whatever you put out boomerangs back. When I was at my most miserable point, y'all, when I started changing internally, my external world started changing also. I wouldn't have not known that if I didn't experience it. So good friends, what my encouragement is, raise your love level, raise your frequency. And by raising that frequency, what you are putting out in the world is going to change. And what you're getting back and receiving is also going to change. Now, this might be extremely simple of what I'm suggesting, but it's not easy. And therefore, if you have a desire to get some assistance, reach out to me. I would love to tell you about our amazing community known as our Academy. Take care, everyone, and God bless.